The church in America has been invaded. Deceived by Marxist ideology, more and more pastors have drifted away from biblical truth and not only deconstructed their faith, but many have deconverted completely. Today's pastors are faced with more challenges than ever before, as CRT, ESG, globalism, socialism, government overreach, cancel culture, and a growing LGBTQ+ agenda threatens the framework of our Christian republic. Many pastors have been ill-equipped to handle the onslaught of today's social pressures and to boldly lead their congregations through this spiritual battle. In fact, as many as 1,500 pastors are said to leave the ministry every month, while a staggering 51% or more of pastors have thought about quitting this year. And of those who remain, a recent poll indicates that only 37% of those pastors still maintain a biblical worldview. If the church in America is to thrive and hold true to its values once championed by America's clergy, bold pastors must rise up once again to proclaim the truth of God's Word. Hi, my name's Lucas Miles. In addition to being an author and TV host, I've been a senior pastor at Influence Church since 2004. Over the last 2 decades in ministry, I've watched the church in America slowly lose its grip on basic Christian doctrine and begin to question 2,000 years of biblical orthodoxy. Although we know that Christ's church stands victorious in the end, if you're like me, then you've felt a holy indignation to see the church in America win back its people and to take ground against today's social battles. We need to look no further in recent history to places like Germany or Italy, once central nations leading the world in sound, doctrinal Christian thought, to see what happens when societies become swallowed up by secular humanism, postmodernism, and Christian socialism. Now many of Europe's largest churches remain empty, and the message of the gospel has been silenced. As a thought leader and influencer yourself, you know that if pastors don't act now, then America may suffer the same fate. I'm personally familiar with the risks associated with standing up for truth and speaking up against these unbiblical ideas. In 2016, I lost 40% of my growing congregation after boldly addressing many of the moral issues leading up to the 2016 election. Again in 2020, after our church refused to remain closed during the COVID lockdowns, we again lost more people over our resistance to the national and local mandates. Like you, I became inspired even more to speak the truth no matter the consequence and to live for Christ even at the risk of personal peril. This is why I'm proud to be the founder and the first signer of the American Pastor Project. The American Pastor Project will lead the way in protecting sound doctrine. It'll provide pastors with much needed resources and strategic relationships. And together, we will build strong churches that will stand at the front lines of the ideological war facing this nation. I believe as Christian pastors across the country unite, not around a denomination, a political party, or a charismatic figure, but first and foremost around the person of Jesus Christ and the truth of His Word. Together, we can push back the false ideologies which have risen up within the church and help turn the tide in America as we rebuild the foundations of faith within our great nation. Pastors, America needs your voice. And most of all, America needs you to remain faithful. Would you join me in becoming a signer of the American Pastor Project and show the world that you won't be silenced anymore? The American Pastor Project. Stand for truth. Save our nation. Visit AmericanPastorProject.org.